guys, this is for Doug and Holly Blackwater Tank Dump 101, at least the way I do it. So when we're sitting still, when we're at a lot, an RV lot or location, and we are hooked up to the sewer, there, we leave our gray water tank valve open and our black water tank valve shut. You always want to leave your black water tank valve shut even if you're hooked up to the sewer. But your gray water tank valve can be open if you're hooked up to the sewer. So here is black water tank valve closed and gray water tank valve open. So before we dump it, we're going to close the gray water tank valve and then open the black water tank valve. Otherwise, it's going to push your black water up your gray water drain. So there's the nasty coming out. Now we have a secondary stop valve, stop gate, secondary gate down here, tied into our drain to the sewer. The reason being is that in an emergency, if something happens to your main gate inside underneath your trailer, you can use this gate. Very important. I would highly recommend this. This one's by Rhino. You can get them at any RV supply place. So once your water and other things from your black water tank have stopped, and this additional valve or gate here is clear, so we can watch and we can see. It's a secondary huge benefit to that additional gate that we put in between the RV and the drain pipe. But once it stops draining and you've seen that it's slowed down to basically a trickle, we're going to flush it with this water hose that we've hooked up to this inlet here. Those Keystone RVs have a flush valve. You just hook it up to the water main or your faucet and then hook it up to this inlet here. You're going to flush it for about 30 seconds, not too long. But basically you're making sure that nothing's settled to the bottom of your black water tank or is trying to clog your outlet. So this sprays water directly into your black water tank through this inlet here, as long as your sprayer is working. And I would suggest that when you turn this on, that you listen. You should be able to hear water spraying into an empty tank, and if you can't, it's probably clogged, it probably doesn't work anymore, and that's a story for a different time. So once you've flushed it and the water is running out and clearer than the first time you dumped it, you close the black water valve again. And then you can open your gray water valve again. Unless you are going to be traveling, then you want to keep your gray water shut. So this is what our setup usually looks like. We've got the city water hookup here. We've got the sprayer valve for the black water tank, which is usually not got any hookup until we're ready to spray it out. Our gray water tank valve is open and our black water tank valve is closed. I'm going to interrupt this for a little tip that I find very useful. I found magnetic paper towel holder and glove box holder at Harbor Freight. And so I've got those right here handy, right close to where all the nasty stuff happens. So I skipped a step. I skipped the step of cleaning the toilet. You would want to clean the toilet before you close the black water tank after you've dumped the black water. That way the cleaning agent runs out directly into the sewer instead of sitting in your black water tank. You don't want that chemical sitting in there and defeating the purpose of this chemical, which is what we add as soon as we've closed the black water valve. We assume we have an empty black water tank. We're going to add 2 ounces of that and about a gallon to a gallon and a half of water. We're gonna get real for one last tip here. I dump our black water tank every 5 days. We have a 40-gallon black water tank. That's 2 people for 5 days. I've found that leaving it longer than that causes trouble, and not leaving it that long also causes trouble. It doesn't give the solids time to break down. You want to make sure that you have plenty of liquid in your tank. You don't want your solids so outweighing the liquids that you end up creating a clog and basically a pile. We're going to get a little more real here. Only put down toilet paper that is absolutely necessary. So, in other words, ladies, we probably don't need to put our toilet paper down the toilet. We can probably put it in the trash can and dispose of it very soon after. For the number 1 wipes. The number 2 wipes, probably you do want to put toilet paper down for that, because that just can get nasty if you're not actually flushing toilet paper for number 2 wipes. It's okay to put toilet paper down for that much, but I would not put toilet paper down for everything. And only use toilet paper specifically made or designed for RVs. You can find it in the RV section at Walmart, or Scott. Scott is single ply, and it's made for septic safe, which means that it's basically RV safe as well. That's it. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully you guys don't have any black water tank problems, because they are the worst. They're the worst.